So this video is going to be about bad days and how Ariana got her groove back a little bit last night. Something that I didn't mention in my first video was that the night that my first day that I had shaved my head, that night when I was coming home, part of my axle broke off of my car. I was like 5 minutes away from home. Car starts swerving, it starts rolling back, I have to pull the emergency brake up, shut off the car, whole 9 yards. It just wasn't fun. And I had a relatively good day. Obviously, like I blogged about that, I was feeling very pretty, I was feeling very confident. And what ended up happening, I don't know why I forgot to include this in the video. What ended up happening is, so I have to pull the car aside, I've got an officer that comes to try and help me, I'm waiting on my mom, and I'm waiting at the side of the road. And at this point, it's a little later in the evening, it's starting to get cold, and when cold air hits my head, I feel, obviously I'm cold, I can feel the cold more now than ever, and I also feel like I'm sweating. And it's just not a good feeling, because then I start feeling physically sick. And so I'm standing at the side of the road, absolutely no hair, I'm irritated, I'm tired, I'm someone who's not very patient, and so when my car is not getting picked up by the tow truck in the 5 minutes that the guy said it would be, I'm getting more irritated with him. And so while I'm waiting for my mom to come pick me up, all these cars keep passing me by, and during an accident, or anytime there's a car off to the side of the road, you look over and you're checking out the car and everything. But I started noticing that people weren't looking at the car, they were looking at me. And I started seeing kids that went to my high school or I've seen around the area just looking at me and doing double takes. And I realized that first day that I shaved my head, it was just skin. I didn't have this. Now I have got some nice little fuzziness, and it's a little bit of a shadow. It's kind of like G.I. Jane. But still, at that point, I looked a little different than I do now. And it was that kind of first feeling where I was like, oh my gosh, I'm being stared at and I don't like this. And I didn't like feeling like my body was on display and was kind of set up on a stage for people to look at and mock and stare at. I'm getting used to the stares, obviously, but sometimes if you catch me in a bad mood now, I'm going to obviously be a little more uncomfortable, because I'm someone who would prefer if people came up and approached me and asked me what was going on, rather than make assumptions about my life. So it was just annoying that first night, because it was that first time I really felt like I was being judged, rather than just I was someone who did something amazing, or I was someone who was sick, or I was someone who had just gotten a really awesome haircut, But instead, in that moment, I just felt kind of judged. Like, oh my gosh, maybe she's sick, and that's why she got in an accident or something like that, and she just lost control of the car. And I'm like, oh, really? I don't want these thoughts in people's heads. But, I never know. Anyways, so that's about the first night. About last night. So I went to go shopping with a couple of my friends. We decided that we were going to go out. We were going to go pick out some stuff for the summer, just chill at the mall and just walk around and have some fun. And we start picking out stuff, and I always have a really hard time finding clothes. I only ever order my pants online because I've got hips and I'm relatively tall. I'm 5'7", even though I'm the shortest person in my family. Everybody in my family is over 5'8". All the girls in my family are over 5'8" or to 5'11". All the guys in my family are over 6 foot. So I'm the midget of my family right now. But I still order all my pants online. Shirts, the style that I like for shirts and dresses are usually, they don't fit well with my hips or my body type, because I'm slender, but I do have hips and thighs, and so it's a little odd, and I always find myself to be very uncomfortable when I go shopping, just because I have to really look for stuff, and I don't have a lot of patience. So it's something I'm working on. Like yesterday, I found a couple of things, and I love them. But I went shopping with my friends, and my friend Marlon just told me, he's like, you know what? This is your opportunity. He goes, you're rocking the short hair. Pick something wild, pick something crazy, pick something that's totally out of your style, pick something that's against like the patterns that you like or different things. Get something different. This is your opportunity to try something new. And I'm sorry, I just had lunch. I don't know why I'm burping. Sorry. But he's telling me to try all this new stuff, and I'm really just kind of not feeling it. And I go to the dressing room. I pick out a couple of dresses. I pick out a couple of shirts and skirts, and I'm trying to figure them out and anything like that. And I've gained a little bit of weight since I got home. And you add in that, and I haven't trained in a couple months, so I'm trying to get back into it. And so my body's not exactly where it used to be and not where I want it to be. And then you add in that I have no hair. And I know I've been talking a lot about, oh my gosh, I feel so pretty with no hair. And I do. But when you add in the fact that suddenly clothes weren't fitting, I couldn't get a dress up. Like, I couldn't zip it up, and stuff was like poking in weird places, and it was making this roll over, and it was just like, this is not happening. Like, it was not happening. You add in all of that, and then I started trying on different things that I normally would wear, and I have with me in my house, and suddenly it just was not happening. I was looking in the mirror, and for the first time, I think maybe it's because it was trying on clothes that weren't mine, but for the first time, I didn't feel like myself, and I got into such a mood because of it. Like, I had to give the lady back all the dresses and all the clothes, and nothing was fitting, and nothing was looking the way I wanted it to, even if it did fit, and I just got in a really sour mood because of it. And of course, my friends picked up on it. Which resulted in later them locking me in a fitting room, or standing at the door and saying, like, you're not getting out of there. You're not leaving this store until you buy this dress. A dress that I wasn't 110% crazy about, but they loved, and they said, you just need to do this for yourself. But I really was just in a sour mood just because I suddenly didn't feel like myself for the first time. I know I can have my friends tell me that I look amazing, and I can have family tell me that I look amazing, and I can have strangers tell me that I look amazing, but suddenly for the first time I just didn't feel it, and I didn't see it. And I mean, we kept picking out different things, we kept trying different things, but what actually made it awesome was this guy that I met. While we were in Zoomies, we walked into Zoomies, introduced my friend Marlon into this store for the first time, which was great. His reaction was priceless. We get into the store, and I'm just walking around and checking some things out, and this guy is sitting there, and he works there, and he just goes, excuse me, and I said, yeah, and he goes, is that by choice, or you can only imagine what the or was. And I told him, I was like, yes, it's by choice. And he goes, right on, right on, that's awesome. And he goes, so why'd you do it? Just haircut. I said, well, I'm actually raising $5,000 for cancer research. I said, I had set my shave date as May 1st, but I'm still raising that money. I said, right now we're at like $1,400, $1,500. I've got to deposit some money that people gave me over the week. But yeah, I'm really glad I did this. And he goes, oh my gosh, that's amazing that you did that. He goes, my mom's a breast cancer survivor. He goes, I'm really impressed with everything that you're doing. And he starts going on and on and on. And suddenly, and then I bought my friends the I Heart Boobies bracelets from Zoomies. I can't keep saying Zoomies. Zoomies. There we go. Both in the bracelets while we were there. But we started talking, and, his grandfather had passed away. I tell him that my dad and my grandfather's passed away. His mom's a survivor. My aunt's a survivor. And of course, though, my friends are thinking that I'm getting, hit on, but instead we're talking about cancer. Kid did getting my number, just because I was going to talk to him more about the fundraiser that I'm doing. He asked for the website, all those different things, which the website's down in the description. I'm putting it in the description of all my videos, so if you guys want to donate, that's right down there. But yeah, suddenly having that little moment, having a complete stranger tell me what I was doing, really kind of brought me out of my funk. And I was feeling good. I was feeling really, really good. And other than this guy talking to me yesterday, what really kind of helped me was because I was at the mall. It was kind of it was me doing people watching on a much larger scale. I keep kind of moving up each day. And this time I'm at the mall and I'm seeing all these beautiful women with no hair. And I saw a couple of them that looked a little sick. A couple women that were just rocking like the buzz cut, and saw one woman who was bald, and we all just kind of like, I caught a couple of their eyes and we smiled and stuff like that. But suddenly I felt like I was part of this like elite group. Whether somebody's sick or not, I just kind of felt like I was suddenly a part of something much bigger than me that I had forgotten over the last couple hours while I was at the mall. There's something bigger than me, and just, what I look like and how I feel at the end of the day. Me shaving my head was not about vanity. It was about doing something for the people that I love and for other people that are sick. And seeing all these women out there, the mall, just really, yeah, I just kind of felt like I got put into this really elite club of confident women with no hair, whether they're sick or they're not. These are people that are rocking this look and who are rocking who they are as a person and not who they are on the outside. And when you combine, getting to talk about what I'm doing and getting that little knock over the head and that reminder, as well as realizing I'm a part of something bigger than me, and it doesn't matter what clothes I'm fitting into right now, or if that dress size doesn't fit, or if I just feel weird, no, there's something so much bigger than that going on. And I just need to remind myself of that every single day if I'm ever having a bad day. So, to all of you that are having bad days, smile, please. Everything is going to work itself out. And, maybe that dress doesn't fit today, but there's a hotter looking dress out for you in the next store. So, there's that. So, I hope everybody has a great Cinco de Mayo. I hope everybody has a great night. I hope everybody's smiling and is happy. I'm going to go out with my friends tonight and have a good time. It's our excuse to have tequila, and it's going to be great. And it's going to be a really fun thing to kind of be out in that kind of environment tonight with no hair. So I'm intrigued as to what's going to happen. So yeah, sorry for the ultra long video, guys. But trying to do 2 thoughts at once, and it is kind of sad. Sorry. Anyways, have a great night. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.